Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. No startup screen this time. We're going to jump right into this because it's the last one for the year. And yes, I see that my my mouth is moving different from the video. Or I'm not sure. That's probably a delay. I don't know. But it's a weird delay for me. Normally it's pretty accurate. So I'm not sure if I'm like in a Japanese movie right now. Hello, 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 hello. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. It's the last one of the year. 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 Hola, people. Hola, people. Hola, 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 people. Hello, everyone. It was the last, general chat. I will be back because I'm going to show the technique, the different techniques of wrapping tumblers. The tumblers that I use, or the ones that I have, that are straight ones, the coating on them was not cured properly. So I actually have them in the oven curing right now. So later on today, people like the evening videos. So I think I'm going to do it later in the evening as well as on TikTok and just show you guys the different ways to wrap tumblers. I'm going to clear off this desk. That way I can show it here. Oh, wait. I'm going to have to bring the other camera over here then if I do it that way. And then also have TikTok on. So. Okay. Hola, hola, hola. Come on in. Come on in. Drop a hey, how you doing? As you come in, hit the like button, hit the share. This is my last one. Let's make it a good one, y'all. So share, 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 share. Let them know. It's the last one with the professor. Y'all better get on it. And I'm doing a giveaway. So get on it. Jump on it. Jump on it. Hey, hey, jump on it. No, I'm not. Curing them means to heat them. So they're in the oven. So they're in the oven getting heated up. I didn't put any additional coating on it, no. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started because I do see a question from Andrea Roberts. So we're going to go ahead and get started because we're about 5 minutes in. That was enough time for YouTube to get and Facebook to get the notifications out to everyone. But you guys have to help. You have to share, share, share. Share the live broadcast. Just hit share. Share it to your page. I know some of you guys feel like, oh, well, no one on my timeline. You never know. Just share it out. it's not always just craft stuff. We talk about business, and there are things business-wise that could help someone else. So if you guys could do me a solid, even if it's just this one time, this is the last one of the year. Share it to your regular pages as well. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do my little intro. I am Shakeya, the professor of Honestly Speaking, HS Inc. 365, 365 Creative Academy, and SILAHOLICS Anonymous. I do live videos and teachings such as these. I have a whole academy, hence 365 Creative Academy, where I teach people basically, like my main thing is teaching graphic design or designing within Silhouette Studio. Do I use cameos? Yes, I have 6 of them. So I use cameos to create different things. But once, like, to me, the hardest part of it, or like the biggest learning curve, is the teaching part of it. And it's a little bit easier to teach the program to understand it. When it comes to the machines, there are so many different variables. There's so many different blades that people will use. People are using different mats, different materials. So I don't often do a lot of videos like anymore. Before I used to. I don't do a lot of videos with the machine, but I'm going to try my best to get back into it because I want to get back into doing more custom items. Most times now I'm designing for digital things or designing for sublimation. So it doesn't require me to really use the machine all that often. But I have a lot of videos where I was using the machine, and you'll get a better understanding of like the settings. And then there's 4 different machines. Well, as far as cameos, and then you have 3 different portraits. And each one cuts a different way. I prefer to use my original and my 2. A lot of people have the 3. More and more people are getting the 4. So like when I show it from one way, I'll end up getting questions. Well, how do I do this on my machine? So it's so many different machines. The auto blade machines cut totally different than the first 2. If you're using the auto blade, so it makes it a little bit harder to really focus on the machines because there's so many and there's so many variables. But when it comes to the program, it is what it is, and I can teach it. So I mainly focus on teaching graphic design via like the program more than anything. And then everything else kind of comes secondary. But I do it through live videos more so now. Gone are the days where I'm really doing pre-recorded. I try to do it now, and it just sucks. I always mess up, and then I'm so mad. Like if my microphone isn't on when I'm live, you guys let me know, hey, we can't hear you. I do that when I do a pre-recorded. No one's there to tell me. Then I have to do it all over again. So I don't really care for pre-recorded anymore. I like the live interaction, which is why my classes are always done live via Zoom. And that's just more the direction. Like I'm going to really stick to that coming into 2022. All right. So yeah, that's what I do. We are also the owners of the Honestly Speaking brand of I was like, why did it look crazy? Because I saw the yellow. I'm like, why my top look crazy? You got to move. You just look like you kind of crazy looking. Oh, you still can see you. It's the black ink. It's just ink around the edges, but it just looks weird. All right, so we're gonna put you down there somewhere. I was saying we are the owners of that weird looking ink, but it's not really weird looking. Just the top of that looked weird. Of Honestly Speaking products. You can find that on our website, hsinc365.com. So again, that is hsinc365.com. At the top, you'll still see shop.silaholics.com. It's just been redirected to make it a little bit easier for you guys to find the site and to share the site out with others. When you just mentioned hsinc365, like, wait, what ink you're using? hsinc365. They'll be able to easily search that and find the website. What paper you're using? hsinc365. And the reason why we have 365 is we changed the game when it came to sublimation and the way that people think about sublimation. So, and I'll explain that a little bit more. But check out our website. All classes until December 31st are on sale for 60% off. I'm going to have some bundles that are going to be put up tomorrow that combine some of those classes. So it's kind of like all in one. You just click one, it'll just give you all of those classes. And then, of course, you can scroll through and check out all of our INKCREDIBLE products. Okay, we sell sublimation ink, sublimation paper by the sheets, fast dry and tacky sublimation paper rolls. We have pigment ink and so much more. The chips for the new Epson printer, cartridges for the old Epson printer, the larger syringes, chip resetters for the older Epson printers. They do not work on the new printers, but all of that is available on our website, hsink365.com. I did not want to be on this particular, hold on one second. All right, there we go. All right, so be sure to check that out. And the reason why, like I said, we are branded as 365 is most people, most when they're teaching it, blanks vendors, ink vendors, paper vendors will tell you to sublimate most things at like 400 degrees, 60 seconds, 400 degrees, like 30 seconds. I think one paper advertises that. But with going through, it's like realizing we're really over sublimating. We're wasting energy. We are over sublimating. You're baking in your office and your craft room for no reason. Tested it plenty of times. Not all papers can do it. Ours definitely can. And you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees for as fast as 30 seconds. So you'll be able to get your jobs done a whole lot faster. You're going to save time. You're going to save money. In this creative world, time is money. So it's serving so many purposes to go ahead and switch on over to Honestly Speaking products. And the colors and stuff are amazing. I intentionally wore this shirt. This shirt is over a year old. This is one of the very first shirts that I made when we launched our Sublimation ink and paper. This has been washed several times. This is a no boundary shirt from Walmart. It's like 89% polyester. So look, colors are still super vibrant. It never lost any saturation, no color, anything like that. This was printed over a year ago. So I wore it for that purpose because this was one of the very first prints, like very first shirts I did in a live video when we first launched our ink and paper. So please believe the hype. It honestly speaks for itself. It's amazing. It's dope. Check us out. All right. So I'm going to go back up here because someone asked a question. Have you ever had a heat press tripping on the power? Which heat press would you recommend? That would not do that. All heat presses will do that depending on what breaker you have it on. So that's not necessarily a heat press thing unless that heat press really is just running. The current on it is way too high, like it's running hotter and there's more current going through it than it should have, where that's like a defect with the actual heat press. But it's what it's plugged in. Is it knocking out the power in your entire house or whatever is like connected to that plug, like in that room? And that's all it should be knocking out. A lot of people tell you not to have it that way. I've never had an issue. My Hottronics heat press is actually on a really good surge protector. So whenever it knocks it out, like if I put that and let's say my other, like a small heat press, I can't do two on there because it is still connected to the wall. So I can't do two. If I do that, well, actually, I don't think I've ever had it like knock out everything unless it was plugged into the wall. And then anything that's on that circuit, it would knock it out. But I have it on a really good surge protector. And if it does knock it out, it just knocks it out of the surge protector. I reset it. I turn it back on. So I don't have mine plugged directly into the wall for my Hottronics. Some people tell you otherwise. For me, in my experience, that is what works for me. I don't have it plugged into the wall. But you're gonna have to have someone come and look at your breaker because you need at least they say a 15, but if you do that, then like really nothing else nothing that's gonna have a lot of current can be on there. Your monitors, your like certain lights, your printers they don't heat up, so they're not gonna cause a lot. But let's say if you're someone and you do a lot of different craft, you have your heat press on and maybe you won't have them on at the same time, but like if you were pressing shirts and maybe you have someone that's helping you and they're doing the heat gun for the tumblers, that could trip your breaker because that heat gun is pulling a lot of current because it has a heating element in it to get it to that high temperature. So anything that is heating up, it's going to pull on it. So you're going to want one that's a little bit higher. So you may have to have, figure out exactly which circuit it's on and like as far as like where that plug goes to, and have them switch it out if you're able to a higher circuit. All right, so I see all of you guys there. I talked and ran my mouth, but I see everyone. Hello, 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 hello to everyone under the sound of my voice who have joined me today. You guys could be anywhere. I thank you guys so very much for joining me on this live video. All right, so am I able to sub on any canvases such as ones from Walmart? No, you are not. Most canvases are made of natural fibers like a cotton. There is a very slight coating on it that all canvases have. Like you ever feel them, they have like this, like it feels like a little film on it. So they have a very light coating. Now, if you're doing like a paint and sip and you just want the outline, Sublimation is great for that because you don't have to go and draw it out. MJ went to like a party before, and the artist, like, well, from that particular place, you can tell they sat there and they drew out all of the castles and stuff so that the kids can paint them in. Well, if you use Sublimation, you're able to press it to that, and it'll give a very light and faint image on it, and that way it gives people something to fill in, and then those that very light line will be covered up by the paint. So you can use it for that and press directly to it. But if you're trying to actually press an image to it, you're gonna have to either spray it with the poly spray. That's the only time. My almonds are coming up out of my mouth because I was about to eat the other one. I hit live. I forgot I was supposed to eat this one. I ate one Hershey with almond. But if you're trying to do a full one, that's the only time I recommend using the spray. I don't ever use the spray on clothing, but you can use it on like canvases to make them where they're able to take the Sublimation ink, or you're going to put laminate over it in order for it to take the ink. So it's more so the laminate that's taking the ink. It's going to make it where it's super, super shiny. If you don't want like a major shine, you're going to have to spray it, or you're going to have like, there are certain people that make like fabrics. They're like a canvas fabric. It's all in how it's woven, but it is polyester, and you're going to have to wrap it yourself and then or sub it first and then wrap it and staple it to the frame. Yay! Awesome. You are officially Team 365. Welcome. Do I offer local pickup? Yes, we do. If you are in the, unless I forgot, and I always forget to kind of say that because people are watching this. Some people don't know that we are in the South Florida area. So we are located in Miami Gardens. We don't have an official like location. We still pretty much work from our home, but we have partnered with our local UPS store that's in Miami Gardens on 183rd and 27th Avenue. So, and with local ones, you can place an order at pretty much any time, like on Saturday, and be able to go there and pick it up. But we drop it off to the UPS store on 183rd and 27th Avenue. And then you just tell them you have a mailbox pickup. You just show them your ID. They'll verify the sticker that's on the front, and you just pick it up from there. Thank you. I hope my inks last that long. I wish I could just take out my ink and put in yours. But since it's an eco tank, and I just got it, I cannot. Yeah. Okay, newbie, just wanted to see before I invest. I have a Cricut Easy Press 2, which I'm number 9, no problems, but glad to know it can happen because we've had electrical issues before. So no looking for high wattage or voltage taking so much. Yeah, the Easy Presses, they don't pull that much because the heating element is really so small. But with the bigger ones, it's pulling a lot more. I have HS pigment ink. My colors are really dull. Can you help me with this issue? I have an EcoTank 3850. What print settings are you using? With pigment inks, it's not just the ink. It really is your paper as well. If you watch my video on pigment inks, and I think I just threw that print away. It's not going to be exact. Any of the eco tanks, all eco tanks other than the 16600 and 16650 are dye based printers. The ink looks like this. So the way the printer mixes the ink to output the color For this, and I'm going to see if I have a pigment ink one. I think there, because I never really fill mine. I don't keep the bottles in here. Me and Even pretty much share. This is Sublimation also. Dang, why I got so many yellow Sublimations in here? I wanted a yellow pigment ink. I think it's one in the kitchen because it was in a box that got some stuff wasted. But nevertheless, it still looks pretty much like the sub ink, meaning it's pigmented. It's opaque. This you can see through. Like if I were to put this up here, you could somewhat see through this ink, okay? Pigment ink is like this. So that printer is made for this. By putting this in there, your colors are going to be off because it's not the type of ink that it's made for. And I explained that in my video for putting pigment inks inside of an EcoTank printer. People like the pigment ink better because it is waterproof. If it gets wet, it does not run. Whereas if you put with EcoTanks, only the black, which is photo black just means that that is pigment ink. That is waterproof. The rest are not. So when you print to it, it's not going to, like, it'll run. Like if you print and it gets wet and there's no black in it, it'll run. So when you're printing to it, like I said, the colors will be off. The next thing is paper. If you're using a paper that's not a high quality paper, that's a smooth paper that's going to take that ink and pretty much have it rest on top versus soaking in, the colors are not going to be as vibrant. I've done several videos where I've printed out on different papers and I show what they look like from those different papers. Papers matter as far as color saturation. And then what are your print settings? Whenever I'm using just a regular printer, or for regular prints and things like that, and it's for something like a centerpiece, stickers, labels, things like that, I don't use the plain paper setting. That's only for sublimation. You need to be using premium presentation paper matte, premium matte, or photo glossy, depending on what type of paper you're printing on. Yes, I have video. I've done canvases so many times, it's crazy. So yes, I have a lot of those. It'll be the same thing. It doesn't matter where you get canvases from. You're going to have to put laminate over it, or you're going to have to put sprays on it. Now, the spray one, I think I've tried that once, and then I was being impatient. I didn't let it dry, but you'll have to put the spray or the laminate. What are your thoughts on Subli 2.0? What is Subli 2.0? Do you mean the Subliflex, the Subliflex 202? So I have some. I've never like officially have used it. The place where I get mine from, they have like a shirt up with it. It's really no different than printing to Easy Subli, printing to Jet Pro 3G. It still has that very, like, you can feel it. Anything sublimation is the only thing that you're not going to feel it, and it feels heavy. Even with screen printing, if they use water base, I mean, that really feels like it's kind of, melted into the shirt, but those don't last as long because as the fibers, as you wash it, the fibers of the shirt can kind of go through it and make it look a little bit dull. Then you'll use what's called plastisol ink. That's a little bit more breathable. Normally when you're doing screen printing is not sometimes not like full on solid, and things that are full on solid, you can feel it because it is a thicker ink and it's on the surface of the shirt. So anything is going to have a certain hand feel to it, and it can feel like plastic or sound like plastic. Now, the plastisol ink doesn't sound like plastic, but you can feel it. So anything you put on it, glitter, HTV, and subbing to it, even just using regular HTV. Like if you do this really big print, even with regular, I don't care how much you press it, if you have this really, really big print where there's no breaks, once you go to wash it, it's going to have ripples in it. So again, anything that you put on the shirt, you're going to feel it. It's really no different than having vinyl on your shirt if you're trying to do like this big solid print. Now, with the SUBLIFLEX 202, the benefits of it is it's on its carrier sheet. So when you print to it, I have never, like with the Easy Subli, you can't print. Well, I found it is it's horrible to print directly to it from an Epson printer because Epson ink is water-based ink, so it's a thinner ink, whereas Sawgrass is a gel-based ink, so it sits on the Easy Subli a whole lot different. Well, with the SUBLIFLEX 202, I don't know how it would be going through an Epson printer. I know for them, where I saw that, they use a Sawgrass for it. But if it will take the ink to it, you still print it in reverse, and then you do the print and cut. So you can do loose letters because it is on its carrier sheet. And as you press it, the ink goes through it and then shows through the front. When you first take it off, it is going to be really, really shiny. You have to then put a parchment paper on top and press it. Do not use Teflon, it will stay shiny. You're going to have to put parchment paper on top and then press it again to take away some of that shine. It doesn't really soften it up, it just takes away that really, really fake plastic looking shine. Same thing when it comes to Jet Pro 3G. With Jet Pro 3G, it doesn't have its own carrier sheet, and you got to jump through hoops to get it to transfer. I've done several shirts where I've had loose letters, but it's not like the greatest thing to do. It's not something that's fun to do. It's not something I would ever incorporate in my business because it's time consuming. And with a creative business and you're making customs, you're pretty much the only one in your company working. Time is money. But it's really no different than the rest of them. Really no different. So this is one of the things I aim to change the narrative of when people say, I want to do sublimation on dark cotton. That's never possible. You can apply a design onto a dark cotton shirt, but you can never sublimate. Once you go and you add something to it, you are not sublimating onto that shirt. You are applying a design with sublimation ink, and because you're using a transfer. You're applying that ink to a transfer. This is why sometimes people don't get the answers that they want, or it's like they're even more confused because people say, oh, yeah, you can submit. And so a lot of people, they will just give that hat. Oh, what are you talking about? I submit to dark cotton shirts all the time. And then they're not giving like the full scope of it, that they're not sublimating to the dark shirt. So many people will go and buy a black shirt and then they're posting in groups. And I hate it because some people just don't know because someone has said they sublimated to a dark shirt. They go and they post, they make their post, hey, why isn't this working? And then you have all these people laughing at their posts. That drives me absolutely bonkers. It's because those who are replying back need to change the narrative and they need to give proper information. You will never be able to sublimate to darks or to cottons. You can sublimate to some sort of transfer. SUBLIFLEX 202, Easy Subli, Jet Pro 3G, or any transfer for darks. StarCraft, what's the other one? PPD. I mean, some people say, I think that's what it's called, or something like that. Some people don't really care for it or whatever. Glitter HTV, glow in the dark HTV, holographic HTV. So you can put it on basically a transfer, but you would never be able to sub to cotton or to dark colors. You guys can keep your questions coming. As I'm done with one, I answer the next one. It just keeps it to where we don't have any dead air. Again, remember, this is the very last Q&A for the year. I go on break after tomorrow up until the new year. I'll be back just to kind of say, see you later 2021 on New Year's Eve, but then I will see you guys back on January 1st. Well, I'll do January 1st, but I won't really be on too long because technically the kids are out of school until the 3rd. So I'm not supposed to be on until after they go back to school. Okay. Now I had to check a message. And also put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Where can you find bath towels to sublimate on? You're going to have to check actual sublimation vendors. Bath towels aren't ones that are like readily found. Johnson's Plastics Plus is one of the places I know that have them. They are really, really big. Our tacky sublimation paper will really help you with sublimating onto those because you can, with that one, you can just do 2 strips of the 13-inch wide one and then print it the full length of the towels because they are really, really big and they just want to have the heat press to be able to press it in sections. But Johnson's Plastics Plus, we do have a discount code for Johnson's Plastics. If you choose to check them out, you can save 15%. Let me get that for you. There we go. So jpplus.com. I know they for sure have towels, but search places that actually sell sublimation blanks. It's more of the bigger companies. All of them, everyone that's kind of getting into this and they want to be blanks vendors and they're aspiring to be blanks vendors and they're starting off. Most of them don't carry items like that because they don't really sell as much as like tumblers and some of these other items. And when you're just starting out, you try not to waste money on things that aren't selling. You want them to, move off of the shelves. But some of the bigger companies, they order their stuff by like the container full. And they have a larger variety. So you can check out like Johnson's, Coastal, in places like that. It depends on which printer you're referring to. If you have the newer printers, 7820, 7840, 7310, C7000, they cannot be reset. And there's actually now the 3640 and the 3620 are the smaller format ones. They have actually been phased out. They are now the 3820, 3840, something like that. I think that's what it is. Any of them that use the 812 XL, those cannot be reset. But most of the other ones, especially, I know for sure, like the 252s on the chip resetter, it lists a lot of expression printers. I know like the 202 and 212s that it can, those can be reset. You'll always just have to try it out on any 9-pin, but I can tell you for certainty that the 812 XL, which are the longer cartridges, those cannot be reset. Thank you, Miss Cheryl. I think you have a video setting up your inks with, nope, I don't have a 15,000. I've never set up with that, but it will be the exact same thing. So I've done one with I've done a pigment ink and a sublimation with the 2720, and I did a sublimation with the 2803. Same exact setup, same exact setup. The only difference is on those, it opens like this. On the 15,000, you have to open the top and it opens like this. That's the only difference. Same thing. Do not fill up your ink tanks. Do not fill up your ink tanks. Only put a little bit of ink in there to make sure that the printer works. You don't want to pour all your ink, and let's say the printer has a malfunction or a defect. That is very possible. Just because it's new doesn't mean it's without defects. Things happen on the assembly line all the time. So do not put all of the ink. Just put it to like the little line, enough to get the ink in the lines and get it all set up. And once you confirm that it's working, then put the rest of your Sublimation ink in. But you can watch that video. Same exact setup. Hello, everyone over here. Bacon pecan bars. Ooh, didn't know the professor was on. So Miss Johnson says, if you have a store near you called Rose, a store called Roses near you, I found polyester towel sets. Yeah, I've never seen them like in stores. Yes, if you have a 7210, you definitely want to get our chip resetter. Do you think it's necessary for a wooden board with sublimation, or is the butcher paper Teflon paper enough with the pressing pad? I guess the issue would be pressure. I'm just starting, not really sure. So what you need to do, I just did this. What day did we do this? I just did the vest. Was that Wednesday? So I actually have quite a few. And if you watch my video for all over shirts, there's that one. I don't use a board. The way that my office is set up, I don't have the room. I just moved my heat press to where it's like right here behind me. So I have a little bit of space on both sides. But before it used to be on a wall or it was on this wall. So I don't have a lot of room to put a board. I tried it before and I personally find like it sucked. Like I just didn't like it. When I did my class for graduation stoles, me just pressing it was way better than putting it on the board. So I'm not one that really uses a board because I use our tacky paper. So whether it's the roll or the sheets, it once you heat it up, it will stick in that area and then you can freely move it around without it lifting up and then ghosting out. Now, I did find that a lot of the fabrics, when it comes to the tacky paper, if you're going to move it around, you have to preheat it. I normally don't really preheat my items. So, oh, you know what? I guess that is considered preheating. Like when I do my stoles, I always say I don't preheat it, but it's always in a bag folded up. So I do press the line out. I never really thought about that. Technically, I do preheat, but I don't even think about it because when I'm doing just like regular shirts, I don't preheat. I just throw that sucker on there because I'm not moving it, put it on there, press it, and it's just done. So I never preheat. But when I'm doing other items, technically I am because I'm normally trying to knock the lines out. So I guess it is preheating it. But with the tacky paper, because of the tack, with that, you do want to preheat your fabrics so that it can actually stick to it just in case there's any moisture in that fabric. Yes, we're still working. I'm just not doing live videos so that I can spend more time with the kids, but we're still working. Like I have the website's going to have a change. My 365 Creative Academy is going to have a change. I'm going to be setting up my calendars for next year for the academy. So I'm still working. I'm not like on vacay. I'm just not doing it. Like I take a break because the kids are home. And that's the first thing MJ already asked, Mommy, when is it? When is it? When is it? Because we watch movies, we hang out, like last year we end up getting like the snowballs. We have indoor snowball fights. So he wants to watch all these different Marvel things that we haven't watched. So I just spend time with the fam. And then after Christmas, we'll have bikes. So that last week when they're home, we'll go out, we'll ride our bikes and stuff like that. So we'll still be working, just not on live. Hi, Professor. I hope you and your family have a great holiday season. I have a question about my MyCloud device that you use. Feel free to ask it, love. Go ahead. Go for it. Professor, if your sales are good with your summation paper, will you think about Subli paper? I have just about all of your products and would love to support with everything. It's not a matter of sales because baby, the sales is dope as heck, y'all. I mean, no, like it's not a brag moment, but this has been a long time. Like, I'm not sure if any of you guys have ever watched. I'll probably pin it at some point, and then you're gonna still see me like posting stuff. I won't be live. I'm gonna re-release some stuff. It may show up like a premiere, like I'm live, but it's just me reposting stuff. But I did like my video about like, who is the professor, who am I, and stuff like that. And this wasn't kind of like an overnight type situation. Hi, sir. What are you doing? Oh Lord, they don't taught you how to turn on the sound, Jesus. Hold on, y'all. So, you know, in the class gift exchange, now don't get me wrong, my kid loves it because he likes water toys and like sharks and just different stuff like that. So it's a boat. Now, his brother, you know, decided to show him that if you take the little red spear, because it's like I guess shark hunters or whatever, and you put it in there and hit the button, it shoots out for, all of those people to shoot the sharks. Well, Zani Mani likes to walk around and just shoot people with the darn spear. Like he thinks it's so funny that it just like it flies out. Now he has somehow discovered that if you push the button on the front, it makes the lights flash and it sounds like, like a boat, like who are like searching, like it's almost like sonar. That's what I'm looking for. So it sounds like sonar when you're like you're on a boat and you're searching like the floor for like the animals or like the sharks and the fish. So it's basically a sonar sound. And so it's just going and going and going. I'm gonna snatch the batteries out that sucker later today. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I have given my family, his godparents, look, buy him some pajamas, okay? I don't need no more toys that make noise. But I know by me saying that, everyone's going to buy him toys that make noise. So, anywho, back to what I was saying. Um, so I got started in this like years and years and years before and really built a following and someone who is just not like truly, truly knowledgeable and helpful when it comes to this. The pandemic snatched away, like I was able to do this like freely, and it was almost like a labor of love, which it still is, but our livelihood didn't depend on my success with this because my husband had a job and made great, great, great money. He was a director for with like where the heat play for food and beverage, like which is why his warehouse is like how he runs his whole ship over there. We've had some mistakes. He's like, out of all of the thousands of orders, tens of thousands of orders I've shipped out, I've had like 5 mistakes. Ooh. And I'm like, I'm one that I stress over like just one mistake. I mean, we quickly, try to quickly resolve it as long as people work with us the way they're supposed to. But by me having like kind of having this following, it set us up to where once the pandemic hit and there was no more basketball and they've learned to adapt without as many managers. So he really has nothing to go back to. Um, so I was freaked out of my mind, with doing this. And it's been an amazing freaking year. It has been amazing. So sales definitely is not an issue for us. Oh, that paper moves. It's just setup wise. Now, if y'all would go ahead and when I go in groups and people like, well, what sublimation paper y'all use? I got to be the one to go ahead and post my own links and stuff like that. It's a few people that do go and like they post if they feel like they can. Some people are afraid because some of these groups are all about those common brands that people use, and they're afraid to get kicked out. They don't want to say the name or it'll get deleted and stuff. But maybe if y'all start posting and stuff and making your videos and posting the ink and saying, yo, this is dope as hell. If I can get some YouTube creators to actually utilize the paper other than my girl Tshirts, who I absolutely love and adore. There's actually there's a couple others, but like not like ones that cost like they say, hey, I use Honestly Speaking paper. My girl Miss D, you can watch her. She does a lot of stuff with like the silky sock products, like the socks, the beanies, the sports bras and stuff. So she uses our products. What's her name? Is it Cheryl? I always forget how to say it, but she's one. And then there's another young lady. Is it Leslie? She's used our products in her videos a few times. But yeah, it's trying to grow and expand. Even things I'm playing. He asked me what I want for Christmas. A warehouse, a storefront, a school, all in one. Babe, what do you want for Christmas? I want 365 Creative Academy live and in color in a full building. I want, Honestly Speaking, in lights on the front of a building. That's just what I want. I mean, I'm not saying that, we got to have it like, I'm not saying you got to go and take me to the building with the big old boat on it on December 25th, but that's what's on my list for Santa. If he can make it happen and, drop a few locations in our radar and let's go check these out and maybe, where we can sign, a lease, hey, I'm all for it. But once we move into that situation, we can add more items because we are home based. It's not about the sales. It's just about having the space to store all of these things and not have to keep buying or keep renting out storage units because now we're up to 2. So not having to keep renting out storage units and just being able to have certain things in place. My husband still likes all of his Mr. Fix-It type stuff. So half of our garage is all business. I still have my rolling in there. I have shirts. I have an inventory wall. And then he has his dedicated section, which is this big with all of his power tools and stuff. He always has to take everything outside and we have him a tent whenever he has to do anything. He can't do it inside the garage. So, it's a lot of stuff in our garage, so we can't really expand too much more in the garage. So we want to just get a storefront. So as long as you guys keep continuing to support, keep buying paper. And to me, if we get repeat customers, to me, that means we're all winning. Because if you need more product, that means you've pressed a lot of stuff, right? So I feel like I get excited. It's not just about the sale, especially when I know it's a repeat customer, because whether it is you learn something because maybe you needed more paper because you had a lot of mess ups, but hopefully in those mess ups, you learned certain things and you took notes. So it's still a win because it may have messed up, but you learned something. So it's not a loss. It's a learning, it's a learning experience. Or you've been using it so much because you've been booked and busy and blessed. So now you need more products. So I get excited when I see repeat customers. New customers are always great, but I truly get excited when I see new customers because that means you're making sales, or you're practicing your craft. So, I'm, the more your businesses grow, our business grows with the growth of your businesses and more people getting awareness about our company. And once we grow and we're able to move into that space, it's going to be on and popping. The plans, the Lord, and I have for y'all. Once we are able to really grow, oh my gosh. So that's something that, our tagline is your one-stop shop for all your print needs. Within 2 years, we want to truly live up to that. 2 years. I'm not trying to rush it. People rush things. You're not quite prepared for certain things and things can go, even in your businesses, don't rush it. We're trying to do everything because then you're not going to get a real handle on your business and what works and what doesn't work. What are things it works for other people, but it doesn't work for me. Don't rush the growth. Don't judge the success of what you're doing just by the number of sales. take what you've learned from certain things and know things that, hey, this is just a hobby for me. Like, I'll do it for me, myself, for families, for gifts, but I'm not trying to do orders. Like, for me, I can make, when my kids need an all day all over shirt for like school and stuff like that. My friend needed the vest and stuff. I'll do that for them. Am I going to advertise that for people to come to me and for me to do orders for it? Heck no. I'm not doing it. Do I have the skills? Yes. I'm always trying to learn new skills, but I'm not going to offer that service. That's kind of my, that's what I keep under, keep that under wraps for myself and what I need. But I want to grow to where we can truly see where, like, what products are going to be best for us, and be able to grow and be able to handle it, and know as far as like staffing and things like that. So within 2 years, I want to be where we truly, truly, truly live up to that. And then there are some major plans like in there and after that, that I'm just super, super excited for. I have 2 PCs, 1 Mac. Does the MyCloud device store all files and using your networking access? Yes, because we have same thing. So I have my Dell. Actually, we have 3 because I have my Dell. MJ has his HP. I also have my Dell laptop, and then even has a iMac. That's what it's called. I know the MacBook is a laptop, so that's what that's called. Pro something. Him got that Mac that's on the desk. And all of them are connected to it. So it's not it's not like we have to get one for a Mac or one for a PC. They're all connected on the Wi-Fi network. So, and we have, like I said, 4 computers, and then it also connects to our phones. So MJ doesn't have it on his phone, but even and I do. And our iPad, his iPad, my tablet. Yes, me and I'm glad I did cough, because I was about to say that so wrong. Not me and Zion and I were snuggled up in the bed for a long time. That's why it took me so long to come on live. I have done that video several times. No, there is not any risk in it whatsoever, unless you are using items that you should not be using in the oven that's going to emit this crazy, crazy smell. So if you're using like the plastic shrink wraps that are not made for tumblers and not made for high heat, those stink really, really bad. If you're using like well, it didn't really affect it too much when I did like butcher paper on it, but it's not really supposed to be in the oven. But if you use like parchment paper, it doesn't hurt. If you're using at 400 degrees, like that's, even when you're cooking, you smell. If you put something in your oven at 400 degrees, 425, you smell it, because it's the heating element that you're smelling. But sublimation itself is non-toxic. You have to remember that sublimation is a process where the ink that's printed on the paper turns into a gas to bind to it. So when people be like, oh, you can't, because then the gases are going to get on the walls and then they're going to re-release on your food. Y'all, stop it. Tell me about that. This is the gas. So when I'm going and I'm drinking from my mug, my mouth is touching that gas off anyway. This is the gas. So it can't be harmful. It can't be toxic if it's on there and you can drink from it. You also have to think about the fact that most times when you are putting, like, if your gas is getting out into your oven, think about it this way. Your item is going to look like crap because you want it to go to the item and not go out. Then you have it wrapped in tape, or you have it wrapped in a heat shrink wrap. Where is it getting out to? Like, it's not supposed to. If sublimation ink was toxic, or the steam or the fumes from it was toxic, you would be at risk just pressing at your heat press. Now, do you need to ventilate and stuff like that and being a well ventilated for certain things? Like whenever I do those all overs, I have to open up the window because I'm now applying heat to that brown paper, and that smokes up really, really bad, and it can make it to where it'll affect your respiratory system and stuff like that. So it's not the sublimation process, because if I just do regular butcher paper, regular parchment paper, I don't have those issues. I can be in here, just the air on, maybe just open up this door so it can circulate. But whenever I use that brown, I have to open up the window So it's the other things that you're doing. If you're doing neoprene, that's the thing that you're smelling, not the fabric that's on top. Oh, that's the other thing. You cannot sublimate to neoprene. You cannot. That's the inside part. Most neoprene items have either a solid coating on top or it's fabric glued to it, and you're sublimating the polyester fabric. But you'll still smell it because you're heating up that neoprene. So it's not harmful in any way, shape, or form. I have my tumblers right now. Every time I walk out of here, I'm putting them in my oven that I cook in. I don't have the space for another one like in my office. I don't have a space to store one here. So I would still have to walk out anyway. I use that same one that I make all my good food in. It go in there. I put my mugs in the same air fryer that I put my food in, my chicken wings in. So it's not toxic at all. Yes, you have to spray it before. It's going to take several coats, and then you have to cure it. So you have to read the instructions. You'll spray it. You have to heat it for like let it dry. I think you have to like heat it for it to cure, or like let it rest underneath the heat or something like that. And then spray it again. Let it cure. Like it has to fully dry and cure before you put it on there. If not, it's going to stick to it and it's not going to be very vibrant. Love how you make everyone feel important. Your commitment and customer service is unparalleled. Oh, thank you. You can brag. You work hard. We love and support you. Thank you. So do we have permission to post your brand? Because I definitely will if I will get kicked out. I mean, definitely. I mean, please post our brand. Even if you just use like the hashtags TPTM, the professor taught me, hashtag HSINK365. Like that still trends for people. Like they ask if some people don't like me to put the whole name, just put hashtag HSINK365. I put that on almost everything. So if they search that, they're going to find us. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Yes, it do. It'd be all over. And she got some great videos. I can't wait. Like, it's so much stuff I wanted to do before this break, and I'm kind of upset. But I'm like, not tell y'all coming strong because somebody got me a light pad, and I can't wait to try Shawnee D's technique for the easy subli, because I normally just kind of line it up. Like I do the whole print and cut method, and then I line it up and I tape it. But she does it where she does not cut the paper at all. She puts the light pad under it, lines it up, and then like takes like the full paper, pull the light pad out and presses. Yo, and I tell y'all, I can't wait to do that. Man. Thank you. Even if you don't have a YouTube, give HS Ink a shout out in your TikTok videos. Yes, please. Shout out that boom paper. What is the smallest size of paper I can put in my printer? I have several scrap pieces. I hate to throw them away. I do too. Let me show you. Now, you have a 7210. So the tray is just like mine, right? So if you take this in, this is the smallest piece, which is, I think, 5 inches. Yeah, because it says it right there. It says 3.5 by 5. So this is, wait, no, that might be 3.5. Hold on. Yeah. So on tray 1, okay, and then also this is if it's extended all the way out, you can put it in there. And then you can put your paper. It has to fit like to here. I mean, you can put it in there just like it won't touch the bottom. Now, if you watch this. Wait. Watch this. So I'm going to take this. Well, I'm going to pull this back. So. Oh, it actually didn't move. So I think it's on tray 2. This is a tray 1. Because there's one of them where you can't go this far in. Hold on. Let me grab a tray 2. Maybe it's the tray 2 one that can't go all the way in. And once you hold on. Ugh. Or is it this old school one? Hold on. This is also a tray 1. I got to find a tray 2. Hold on. I think tray 2, it's only like 5. Oh gosh, hold on. Please don't fall on me. I have all tray 1s down here. Tray 1, tray 1. Ugh. Crapola. All right. I can't pull out my tray 2s. Like in the old school ones, they're interchangeable. In the new Epson printer, the trays are not interchangeable. Oh. So even when I use tray 2, I probably have a tray in there that says tray 1. And I'm over here tearing stuff up, y'all. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Woo! That was some work to get that tray down. All right, now what the heck did I do with tray 1? Okay. So this is a tray 1, and it goes in further. This is a tray 2. So with tray 2, see, this is as far as it goes in. So you can't use paper smaller than this, but you can make it where that's the width, and you can still make it 19 inches, 17 inches, or whatever. But on a tray 2, it does this, and then one of them, I have one where when it's closed, no, I think it's, okay, no, it's this part. So it would extend it, it will go all the way out. But if I bring this in, see, it moves over. It can't extend all the way out. So you could never do like a 13 inch by 11 inches because it pops back out. But the minute I extend it, I can make it go out more. Oh, look, and there's a piece of paper right there that's cut. Oh, wait, no, that's not. But I use my scraps all the time. I pray for your complete success, but I feel like you're willing your way. Thank you. Prices are willing. That was literally my question. How do I not waste paper on a small design? So yeah, or like if I use like a 13 by 19, I'll use it. I'll cut it down so it's still 13 inches wide. I'm just now losing like the length of it. Lengthwise, if you put it in there by itself, I want to say you can go to like 6 inches. You might probably go a little bit smaller. But if you put a small piece of paper on top of like a full sheet and it's less than 6 inches or like less than 7 inches or something like that, because of how the paper picks up, it will pick up the second sheet as well because that one little piece is going to go through, but the arm is still going to be down rolling. So if you're going to use small sheets, like really, really small sheets, put them in there by themselves. Don't have another sheet of paper underneath it. OMG, thank you for confirming that. I'm heading to purchase one after I decided what capacity I needed. And yes, it's called an iMac. Okay. Yes, definitely give the video a thumbs up. How do you make cut lines in Silhouette or Illustrator? All right, perfect. Did you see Oh, dang it. It's in there. I don't want to leave out because I might going to run in here. Oh, wait. Do I have them in here? Dang it. No, I don't. I did. I've used my metallic ink for the first time in my Rolo. So I'm going to show you how I sent that to, who do people call? How I sent that to my, I can't think. How I sent it to my Illustrator, how I sent it to VersaWorks. There we go. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Hold on 1 second. I'm just trying to move some stuff around over here. Okay. Nope. I want to go back to. All right. Okay. Perfect. And F. Okay. I'm going to come right back. We see. What can I use as a hard surface to sub on? I currently do not have a desk. Are you using an easy press, you mean? Is that why you're needing a hard surface? Or you mean something to put your heat press on? Thank you so much for this. I really love everything about you and your products. Thank you. Hey, Shirley, never too late. Never too late, never too late, never too late. Where's all the printers at to buy? Went out to just get one for business use to print easy things, nothing good. I mean, with this, sir, like sublimation is not something that's new, but for some reason it is trending right now like crazy, which is why I feel like I end up neglecting some of the other stuff because I get like the majority of my questions are sublimation related questions because for some reason it's trending. It's not something that's new. This is like an old thing, but it's trending so much right now because of the ease of it. I mean, it can be a bit of a learning curve because there's certain things you have to do, but it can be a lot easier, and it allows you to do like full graphics. So people are buying these printers up like that, along with those who need them just for regular items. So I use knee pads and my floor a lot. I have, which I need to get it back. I don't know why I haven't gotten it back from him, but I have a like the silicone pad on my Hotronics. I can't take it off, but on my other one and most other heat presses, you can take off that silicone pad. You can also purchase one of those. So I normally have those either on the desk, on the floor. If you're going to put it on the floor, just put a piece of parchment paper or something underneath to make sure like no dirt gets on the actual silicone pad and kind of go on the floor. And sometimes that helps because you can hold your body over it and you're not straining. You're just putting your body weight on it to kind of help give you that pressure. But I do stuff on the floor. Just get you a pillow or some knee pads. Okay, so she says, yes, I've been wanting something for a few years, and I've noticed that it's super trendy right now. It's very, very trendy. All right, we're going to come back up to yours, Danny. So this is what I'm going to show her is it's for like how we convert things from silhouette to be able to use with the Roland cutting machine. So Roland is an eco solvent, not an eco tank. It's a different type of ink. It's what you use to actually press to or print to vinyl, whether it's adhesive vinyl or heat transfer vinyl. You can never put heat transfer vinyl through like your regular printer, like just with like pigment. With pigment ink, it'll like smear and all that stuff, and then it won't like really stick. You can put eco solvent, but the colors are like way off. People will try to put eco solvent inside the Epson printer, but the one thing that I found out is with the Roland, it actually uses heat. So I always wonder because I'm glad I did not throw all of my eco solvent ink away. I have a Canon Eco Tank printer that uses dye ink. Eco solvent ink looks like dye ink to me, like in the bottles. And my Roland, it actually heats up. So it'll take forever for it to actually start printing sometimes. And that's because it always constantly cleans the lines and it heats up. So I was like, oh, EcoSolvent needs heat. It's not heat free. Why would people try to use the Epson printer like the whole heat free? But EcoSolvent actually needs heat. So I'm actually going to sacrifice that printer that I got, and I'm going to put my EcoSolvent ink in there to see if that's different, especially since the colors should not be too off because it's like a dye ink, right? So that's one of the things I want to experiment with in the new year. But so with the Roland, it's EcoSolvent, and it's the only way that you can print directly to and not have it like come off and like all that stuff. The VersaWorks program, oh, it's pouring down raining. Okay, so somebody's going to know what I mean by this. I'm like, see, rain can happen at any point. Like it literally came out of nowhere. And she knows what I'm talking about. But VersaWorks is the program that's used to control it. I can't show you VersaWorks from this computer because in order for me to upload VersaWorks, you have to be connected to the printer, and that printer's in our garage. It's not wireless. It has to be hardwired. And all this time, they haven't figured out a way to not have it hardwired in. So I don't have VersaWorks on this particular computer. It's only on my laptop. But it is pretty much just for resizing and sending it to print. You have to set all of your cut lines in a graphic designing, like a vector graphic designing software. So either Illustrator, Corel Draw, Affinity Designer, not Photo, Flexi, and some people say they use an Inkscape. So it has to be in one of those programs that allows you to set what's called the cut contour line. So I'm going to show you how I take things from Silhouette and do that. So this is just my one for HS Ink Designs, like the company that we sell, like I sell custom items through. So this has like all like of this color and stuff like that. This is open through here, which when I need to ungroup this because I don't think this is this version. I think I forgot to weld this. So let's move this here and weld. Okay. So with this version here, the cut lines that are on here, I'm going to go to my send. And it's like cut lines everywhere, right? So I'm going to choose cut edge. If I were to send this, I can have it go to where this would cut just like this and have like all of the individual pieces. Most times I'm using it as a sticker for different things. Or if some of you guys have gotten our paper and ink and it has the Honestly Speaking version on it, just says HS Ink, doesn't say designs. And it's just solid. So if you're wanting it to be solid and it doesn't have the outline all the way around it, you're going to make a duplicate of this. So I'm going to just group this back together. I'm going to duplicate it in front. So we're going to copy, right click, paste in front. It's selected. I'm going to release compound path so that releases everything. Do not click off of anything. You're going to go up to the top and weld, or right click and weld, go over here and weld. You just want to weld, but your mouse has to be over the design. So I'm just going to go right click and weld. It makes it a solid piece. I'm going to make that a different color and send it to the back. See, it's behind it. That is what I would set my cut contour line to. So I'm going to make, you can make it either white, because white, of course, doesn't print. Oh, well, if you have the white ink, it will print. So it's best if you want it to just be white on like white vinyl, and you have like the white ink system, don't leave it as white because it'll waste ink and it'll print white when you don't need it, unless you're printing it to like a clear sticker, window clean and something that's clear. So I'm going to do no color on there. Whatever color you have set your cut contour line to in the other program is normally what I choose to make this one. So I'm going to go to my line color, and I think mine might be a teal or a green color. So I'm just going to go with this one right here. So that has that line. Everything else doesn't have any line color. I'm going to move this out of the way. It's clear with just that line. I'm going to undo so that lines up. Same thing with something like this. If I wanted this to print as is. You could definitely fill this with color and then just make the line, like make the cut contour line, like do the regular color and then do the cut contour line. I prefer to have it where the cut contour line is its own separate layer. So if it was something like this and I wanted it to cut out HS6, let's say I'm going to do it for a shirt or something. Like I want like actual like decals I wanted printed. I mean, black, of course, is pointless to print black. Except to, it's on a vinyl. So I would, again, copy it, paste in front, and then that one, I like to see it when it's like this. Well, actually, even on the other one, not the line color. I make the actual image, the fill color of what's going to be cut contour. So I would make this color. So there's the original. There's that one. And we're going to release compound path. And I'm going to need to ungroup. Hold down shift, click the word designs. This, I'm going to weld. Designs, I'm going to make it a compound path again because I need the cutouts and fill it in with that color. Oh, wait a minute. What's happened? All right, so we're going to take that and we're going to fill it in with the green. Okay, there we go. So now these two, well, this, and this, I'm just going to make them a compound path because it's just like all one. And it's filled with the color. So on this one, same thing. I'm actually going to take that. I'm going to select them both, fill this with color, and bring it to the front. I like to have it on top. Whenever I send it where it's on top. I have a video on this already, Danny. So check that out for like the full one, like full video. Because this, you're going to have to search an hour and 15 minutes to find it. So like something like this, I wanted to create a sticker to cover up something on the box. So I just put a rounded rectangle. So this would be the one that is filled with color. I'm going to make it a compound path or convert to path. And then it's filled with color like that, right? So these are all technically ready to go. You would save this as an SVG file. If it is something that is an image, so let's say, let me see, let me go to my library and see what I have over here. Let's go to all files. No, let's go to user defined or user designs. It's not showing me, see pixel. I think because I have not. Yeah, I think it's because I have not. Don't do that. They come out weird when you put them in the library. I haven't put my library back in here. So let me just get, let's see. Teacher Tumblr. Okay, that one. So I'm going to copy that and bring this over here. Because this is an image, if you save it as an SVG, it's not going to give you the print. It's just going to look like a, it's going to be black. It's just going to be a big, it's just going to be a black circle. I mean, a black apple. So it will look like that if you bring it into Illustrator, if you save it as an SVG. So if it's something where it's letters, it's shapes, you filled it with color, you can simply save it as an SVG. If you have any type of image, or if you're trying to do, let's say like a shirt cut like onto HTV and stuff like that, you have to save it as a PDF. So I'm going to duplicate this in front, fill it in with the blue color. You have to save it as a PDF. So file, save as, save to hard drive. You're going to go to where it says save as type, portable document format. Same thing as PDF. And then we're going to go cut contour last live. And oh, I didn't change it. So portable document format, and I don't want it to go to downloads. I'm going to put it under, actually I'm going to put it on my desktop so I can remember to delete it this week. And I'm going to hit OK. So it's going to save. Then we're going to go over to Illustrator. And we're going to go File, Open. I'm going to go to Quick Access because that's like my most recent. And so this is here. Under, so right now I already have it open. But let's say if you had a different color palette open, you would click on the library, go to user defined, and then you can open up your one that says Roland. I have a video that shows you how to set your cut contour. I'm not going to go through that in this one, but watch my video on how to create the cut contour color. So then you're going to click on it, and for the line color, it becomes the Roland. So make sure that over here, the line color is in the foreground, or like the forefront, and you're going to click on the Roland and then switch it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Click on the actual fill color. So you're going to switch it and you're going to click right here for no color. So now that is VersaWorks will read that as the cut line and it will flash red. So for all of these, now I'm going to hold down Shift, and you could have done it with all of them. And I'm going to make this one no color. So it doesn't matter which order you go in. You can see now, you see the design. Go to the outline color and make that the Roland cut contour. Now you have to save it as a PDF again. With VersaWorks, you have to send it in the exact size. And when you send it in as a PDF, this part right here, it will register it as part of the print. So hold on. So when you go in there, it will feed out, like it's going to do this dink, 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 this whole thing because it has all this extra space. So you want to make, well, you really want to do it in Silhouette because it's not, I mean, it's not hard to do over here, but it's a little bit easier to do in Silhouette. So like if I just go and measure like this, it is 2.577. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to my page size, and I'm going to make my height 2.6. I'm going to select all of these and group them and then center them to page. So right here. So now it's centered to the page, and then I would save it as a PDF and it'll be smaller. So if I end up doing this one, file, save as, save to hard drive, portable document format, cut contour last live 2.6. I'm trying to see if this is our mail carrier, our actual one. I need to find out what day is she working because we have something for her. I already have the gift card, but I want to give her a tumbler too, but I haven't made hers yet. All right, so let's go back over here. File, open, quick access, this one. So it's going to open up like this. So it's already that size. And we're just going to click on all of them. Come over here to the colors. And when you do this, it's going to show a bunch of, like you click on all of these, it will show question marks. So you're just going to see which one's in the foreground, make that one Roland, switch it to the color and make it no color. Oh, why is this one not? Why did this one not go? Oh, I don't know why. That's weird. Oh, I set this one. So I'm just going to go to no color for, oh, shoot. For this one, I'm going to go here and go no color for the line. Try and line that back up or just select it. And why is my, oh, there's a line. We're going to just, oh no, something was loose. Okay, I ain't got time for that one. All right, let's undo. Why was this ungrouped? All right, undo. There we go. Now it's selected. I don't know what was happening before. So we're going to go rolling and then no color. And then you would save it again as a PDF. So file, save it as a PDF, and you can put cut contour. You can just resave it as that same one because it's still just going to be a PDF file. It's just that now it has the cut contour, and then you open up that file in VersaWorks, and you're going to see the marching red ants around it. Okay, so that's how I do that. It's dry in Miramar. It is pouring down over here. Do you have a video showing how you did the blanket you made a while back with the paper roll? As far as what, like designing it or just pressing it? With that one, I just used my easy press and pressed it. I did it. My group have seen me do it. Like they got a sneak peek at me doing that. Or if you watch my mom's video, although she messed hers up, my mom did go live doing her backdrop for her business, and it's the same thing. Just put on the floor and just use your easy press and just press it in sections. That's it. Now, designing wise, no, I have not shown that as far as design. I'm trying to see. Is it our mail lady? It is her. I don't know if I want to. I think I want to wait. I got to find out what's her like, is she working through the holidays? Because sometimes we get different people. I can't tell if that's her or not. Oh, we must be getting a package. I should have told Even to go out there. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to tell, because it's raining and it's a package. I should tell Even to go take the umbrella to her. Hold on. That's why. It's a package for us. Hold on one second. All right. Um, Printer, I'm still looking for. What's a good one you think to get? So definitely watch. It's too much to go into. Watch my video on how the game for summation printers has changed, because there really isn't like the 77 series, 76 series were literally the best printers for wide format. The 36, 34, like 36 series was the best for small format, and the other ones for wide format. Now it's like choosing the lesser of the two evils. I hopefully with the eco tanks it will come out like a lot better, because I'm working on some adjustments as far as settings to try and see if it can fix that way, like to fix some of the issues. I'm also going to, because I'm not doing live videos and no classes and stuff like that, I'm going to work on creating the color profile. So as of right now, as it stands, Eco tanks are not the greatest because of the difference in colors. And a lot of the times, especially like with pictures, it's more magenta. So your pictures end up looking very reddish and they will look very orange, like orange tone to it. So you have to either adjust settings or you have to have a color profile. Like this is where your color profile really, really comes into play. Because again, it's two totally different types of ink and the way that they mix are different. So your colors are going to come out different. Eco tanks, I'm not a fan of because when they work, yes, they're great. When there's an issue, and some people print on theirs every single day, and somehow there's just this blockage, which I've gotten a blockage out of nowhere on my 7720. It's easier to fix on the cartridge-based printers. Put the syringe in the back, push air, boom, you're good. There's no way of doing that. I know people who've done power cleanings, a bunch of printhead cleanings, and for some reason, it's something that's just blocking it. And they never took a break. They're printing every day, and something just blocks that printhead. And now that printer's a goner because it's like the 15,000 where you can't open it up. You can't do anything like to it to try and pull the ink down or blow air through. Like you just can't do it with those. So while it's easy to fill, it's not easy to maintain. It's very, very easy for things to happen with the Eco tank. And with the larger ones where you can't get to that cartridge piece, there's really no way to fix it. I mean, except like doing just just wasting ink. And you can only do 2 power cleanings. I don't care which printer you have, you can only do 2 because it will fill up your ink. It'll fill up your maintenance tank. And then at that point, you have to change out your maintenance tank. With the smaller printers, you can't change out the maintenance tank. So, okay. So, then when it comes to workforces, there is the 7820, the 7840. Are they great printers? Yes. Are your colors going to be great and wonderful? Yes. The issue with that is Epson added a lot, and I do mean a lot of pinwheels to that printer. It's ridiculous how many pinwheels are in the new printers. Also with them, you cannot reset your cartridges. So you're going to have to keep buying new chips for it. Some people don't like that because they either had an Epson printer where they can reset it, or just from everyone talking about it, hey, I like, we can just reset ours. They think that it's like this bad thing to buy chips. But if you had if as like a regular printer, when the ink goes out, you change out the cartridge. Well, with this one, you're not changing out the cartridge, you're changing out the chips because that's the most important part. So you have to pick the lesser of the two evils to stay affordable. Now, the 16600 is $1,000. 16650 is 1124. You can get either one of those. You're not going to have any issue with color because that's a pigment ink printer, but it's a super tank. Takes a lot of ink. If something should go wrong when it comes to that ink, you're out of that ink because there's no way to get it out. So you just have to choose the lesser of the two evils. There is no super printer. There's no perfect printer. Unless you now want to go into the big boys that are actually sublimation printers, or go into a Sawgrass as an actual sublimation printer, but people don't like it because the inks are expensive. But should something happen, you don't have the issues that you have with the Epson printers. She says, makes sense. I have the 8550. Will the Workforce 3640 let me know when my ink is low? If it's a cartridge-based printer, you have to look, for me, whenever I go to print, if the ink is low, instead of saying ready, it says ink low. A lot of people say, oh, it never told me. It may not flash on your printer or like have this big old announcement, but a lot of times there is a box that comes up. As long as you have your notifications on for that, the box pops up to let you know that it's low ink. Or when you go to print, it doesn't say ready. It'll let you know it's low ink. And that is from the chip standpoint, Nothing is ever going to let you know exactly how much ink is in the printer. Those are two different things. The cartridge is just a vessel to hold the ink. What controls the level and how much the computer and the printer thinks is should be in that cartridge is the chip. If you are using one that's just an open reservoir, it can be off. Like I have to check my 7840 to make sure all the ink is not out of, which is why I just took my door off, because then I can go in and just take it out and look at it and put it back. Like I don't have to do an ink cartridge replacement. I can just take it out. So I took my door off so I can easily take the cartridges out and just inspect them and put them back in if they don't need any ink. So it'll never tell you how much physical ink is in there, but it will tell you a low ink warning based off of the number of prints left on that particular chip. Should I ever update my? You can. I mean, there's no benefit. There's no adverse effects to it. Most times, like I think I only had to update it once, and it was a Windows thing, but it has no effect, none whatsoever. One person said that foolishness, and people just go with it. Oh, don't! It's gonna mess it up. The printer does not know. As I said yesterday, it don't know if you got sublimation ink, pigment ink, Hennessy, Kool-Aid, Pepsi. It does not know what form, like what solution is in that cartridge. All it knows is this is not the genuine Epson cartridge, and that's going to happen no matter what. It's going to say that, but updating it does not affect it. When people are saying that, do they think like Epson, like when they're creating a new batch and programming them, that the newer ones don't have the new firmware? And it still works. Like, I don't understand why people say that. And I even proved it. I have a video where I showed, I think it was my sister's own, and I showed the paper. We had three different firmwares on three different 7720s. No, four different ones, because two of them had the same, and then the other two had different ones. So it was three different firmwares, and they all worked fine. That is an urban myth. That's foolishness. That's just regurgitated and just continue to be spread the same way about like you can't put tumblers in an oven and all this other stuff. The urban myth that you have to do 30 million printhead cleanings, or you can't use your Epson, you should not start with Epson cartridges first. That's a lie. Like you should definitely start with your Epson cartridges first. Eco tanks, you do not start with its ink. You go straight to this one. But for cartridges, you always should start with the Epson cartridges. It takes one printhead cleaning as long as you've set them up properly. This is why I'm like trying my best to educate people. My videos don't get as much views as the ones that give a bunch of fluff, but hey, one day people will catch on that I give factual and knowledgeable information that has been tested. It's not just like someone else said it. I'm testing it and I'm showing it. Oh, no, it's not. He came in here because MJ got medicine and he wants medicine just because he saw MJ got medicine. No, it's not their time. Like, this is my time because I have 2 weeks with them. So no, he only came in here to complain because he didn't get medicine and MJ got medicine. What kid cries for medicine? Most kids run away from it. But I guess maybe like because he has to take medicine twice a day for his seizures, he likes medicine. So he's asking for it because his brother got some. But no. No, my time with them starts Monday. This is my time because this is my last live, my last, it'll be my last demo right after this. So nope, they be all right. But if there are no questions, I'll get off. I don't want to just kind of keep you guys on here if there are no questions. So as long as there are questions, I'll answer them. Gets to a point where we have dead air, then we'll go ahead and end the live. We'll end our last live. I'm going to do a quick little giveaway, and then I'll see you guys for the demo, and then see you guys next year. Oh, if you were, I just realized I forgot to give that disclaimer. If you were on Shakeya Lavelle, like my regular page, and you were posting questions, I do not see them. I completely, because I'm like, why is it saying can't post comments to certain destinations? I always forget that I don't see comments from Shakeya Lavelle Pericles. So let me see. Haha, I knew there might be some. So Kenyatta Shaw says, do you have a video or class making yard signs? As far as designing them or just putting them together? If you're just putting them together, I have done several live videos during graduation season. And when my mom did them and I showed how I just spray it and then just put it down on there. Designing is designing. Like it's no different than designing a shirt. But yes, I have done several videos making yard signs. Hi, Trina. Hi, Monica. Sorry, I did not see your comments before. I forget that I can't see comments. I always have to go to the actual live video. Tomorrow, I have my last professor service announcement because I was doing them on Sundays. I have them in a while. So like in the morning in between my church services, I do the professor service announcement, and that will be my last one. But this is my last Q&A, and there will be no more until next year. Later on is my last demo. Tomorrow will be my last professor service announcement, and then you guys won't see me anymore. Well, you'll see me, just not on my lives, because I'm going to do a live video with Ebony for, I think it's on the 21st. Is it the 21st? She's doing like mug gift baskets, and I have a bunch of mugs. I'm going to make some for some people too. So I'll be on with her on that day. But that's not going to be my live. I'm just going to be on her 25 days of Craftmas. Polyester fabric as a tester or just flat out test on shirts? No, definitely get you some polyester fabric. So whether it's just like polyester fabric, if you have shirts that you have messed up, those are great. Cut those up. Dollar Tree pillowcases, great for testing. If you find curtains that are microfiber curtains on sale, that's great for testing. Any type of polyester fabric is good for testing. No, don't just sacrifice a shirt. She says, good thing I have plenty of academy classes to review. Okay, I'll check the group for your mom's video. I just remember you doing it and couldn't find video. You know you can't wait until next year to do a live. Oh no. Oh no. This ain't the first year I've done this. I did the same thing last year. So no, I don't go live during that time. Professor, I just want to thank you for everything you do, what you have done, and what you will do for us creatives. I learned a lot from you. Thank you, my dear. And you need to not be like, you are literally in the backyard. I don't understand why we haven't had like more personal powwows, because you're like right there. Like, even if we just meet at the Walmart and walk around and chit chat, like, girl. Hello, just turned on YouTube and saw you were on a live. Don't know why YouTube don't send me notifications. I know they don't be sending my people notifications. I was looking for more how to break it up and press. Oh, well, no, I don't do yard signs like that. So you're talking about that one. I've never done that one. But as far as all of the other ones, the same way that I break up a all over shirt, you can watch that. So I just did a flag that I had to do for someone. You can watch that one. That's kind of like doing like a summation one. So I thought you meant just like the regular ones. I don't press my yard signs. When I'm doing yard signs, it's on vinyl. Ma'am. Yeah, because I haven't gotten it in. I feel so like it's sitting there. Yeah, my sawgrass. That needs to be the first one for 2022. So wonderful to meet you. I hope I can come over to the other side on YouTube. You're not on YouTube? You can watch us on YouTube at any time. That's where all the good stuff is. I'm a newbie and I really enjoy your videos. And the new channel, 365 Creative Academy, is going to have more content as well, like how Danny, the other Danny, because I now have two Dannys in my life, for my Roland, and like some other things, like it's going to allow me to be the solo. So I got the solo, which I thought I was going to be able to unbox. I brought it for myself. I really thought I was going to be able to unbox it before my break, and I just haven't because it's a hot mess.com in here. So I may just have to unbox it and pre-record it and then upload it maybe before, and then do a live at the top of the year, like just showing it. That'll probably give me time to really get familiar with it anyway. But 365 Creative Academy will have like videos for the solo, my Roland, and like other things. HS Ink, or honestly speaking 365, will be videos for any products that we actually sell. I'm doing demos for like Sublimation, print and cuts, stickers, labels, and stuff like that. And business chats and stuff will all be, so I'll have 3 very successful channels. Yeah, see, I've been reluctant to set it up because I want to create a rotation and a schedule for myself, because most times I'm printing wider and it's a small format one. So I have to really, really plan out and strategically do it, because I'm like, if I set that up and I'm not using it, I don't use my 2720 often, but luckily I haven't had any issues with it, because I normally print from this one. So the more printers I have set up, I have to make sure that I'm using them evenly. And right now, I don't take on orders like that, so it's not like a big demand for me to use all of these printers. I do them for teaching purposes only. So I would have to create like a sawgrass day like every 2 weeks or something like that, so that I make sure that I'm using it. Or like do a video like, okay, hey, this day I'm teaching on like, or printing from sawgrass, I'm doing something, my 2720. I also want to get the 7840 because people just keep asking about it. I have one for pigment ink, but not for sublimation. People keep asking about it, but I don't really want to waste that one. And then after my last all over, even mentioned about getting the wide one. So I'm like, do I want to get the F570 and do that one? I'm like, then it's probably going to sit there. But I definitely want the big boy, like a 36-inch wide sublimation printer. So yeah. Nope, I don't have room for the solo. I have no idea where it's going to be stored at. I think I'm just going to open it, use it, and it's probably going to have to go on a shelf in another room, not in this room, because there's no more room in here. And I just have to bring it out whenever I'm doing a video for it. My hair keeps going in my face. Nope, I have no room for it. None whatsoever. I'm like, if I get the F570, where I had to do like 3 prints for that, like for the vest and like shirts, at least I'll only have to do 2 with the 24-inch one. So I do want to get a 24-inch printer so that I can, at least that one, because it'll make doing those bigger prints a little bit easier, because it won't be 3 separate prints. And then like for that one panel, that could have just been 1 versus it being 2 sheets of 13 by 19. I know, that's what I need to set it up for. But I guess, if I get bored, I'm not going to go live, but I'll probably set it up and just pre-record it. Like, because I'm telling you, MJ says he wants all this mommy time and family time after Christmas when he has all this stuff. MJ, and right now he knows he can't go outside because he's sick. He's not going to care about us. He's going to want to go outside and do all this other stuff with his friends. So it's going to leave us like just a lot of time. And Zani Mani thinks he's a big boy and he always wants to be with his brother. So he wants to go outside too. So it's like, unless like I just go outside and just sit there and watch them play basketball and stuff like that, MJ gonna not care about us next week after he gets all of his Christmas stuff. So but I still plan, like I said, it's still working for me. It's just like, it's no live videos or anything like that. I just take a break from it. And we were going to leave and go on vacay, but Omarion killed all that. Not going nowhere with Omarion out there. wrecking up people's lives. All right, so no other questions. I'm going to, yes, when he wants to. Like he'll go and he'll draw, like whenever he can't do anything else, he'll go and draw. So yeah, he's still working on this so-called comic book. All right. So the hashtag is ready for 2022. I'm going to give away 1 doctorate membership, and I'm going to give away 1 ink, paper, and tape set. So it's ready for 2022. Hashtag ready for 2022. So if you put that in there, I'm going to do 1 doctorate and 1 doctorate and 1 paper, ink, tape. And then just in case there's anyone that wants to purchase classes, I'm going to also do a gift card for us, like for our I don't know what, I still haven't figured out. I got to figure, because I think everyone that won the Amazon one are people who I trust, so we can do it for my regular one. I haven't forgotten about y'all, but my business Amazon doesn't want to process the gift cards. All right, so ready for 2022. And in order to get access to doctorate, you have to have an account. I'm not gonna, if you win, I search your name, I don't see the account, I'm gonna pick someone else. I'm not going, like I keep telling y'all sign up for our academy. Even if you don't take class right now, you never know when I'm gonna do a giveaway. If I go and search your name or your email and it's not on there, I'm gonna pull another name. It has to be together, Miss Cheryl. It can't be separated. You can only enter once, so only write it out once. The system will only count it one time. So writing it multiple times won't get you more entries. You only have to write it once. That's the system will delete any of the other ones. So I'm not picking it from here. There's a system that's doing it. So only enter it one time, and it has to be together. All right, so I'm going to pull for doctorate program. All right, so Carrie Andrew, I am logging in to search your name to see if you have an account. Hopefully you do. Support users. No, you don't have an account on my Academy site, academy.silaholics.anonymous.com. Oh no. So I have to pull someone else. Samantha, wait, are you already? And I forgot, some of you guys are, I mean, I should have done the other way first, because if you already have it, then I guess I can always just end your payment. So yeah, I'm like, I thought so. Or are you in? I don't think you're in doctorate. You're in bachelor. So I'm going to upgrade you to doctorate right now. Enroll you in doctorate. Doctorate of Creative Business. Doctorate Creative Business Membership Plan. Enroll. And then I will cancel, or send me an email. I'm not sure if you can cancel it. Yeah. Go on and cancel your bachelor's membership, because you now have doctorate. So go and cancel your bachelor's membership. All right. Now I'm going to do for the paper, ink, and tape. And you have to, like, so whenever we do anything product wise, you have to order something in order to claim it so that you're paying for the shipping. So, ready? And congratulations, Samantha. Now, Miss Deidre, please don't waste my product, ma'am. You better be printing, sublimating some stuff. Please don't waste my product, ma'am. If you're going to get paper, ink, and tape, you better use it, ma'am. And now the gift card, it will be Nadine. It'll be a gift card for you to be able to purchase classes on, or no, because then I think a gift card, I think it's just open. Email me and let me know 3 classes you want to take. So let me know 3 classes you want, and I will enroll them. I will enroll you in them. All right. So for anyone else, whenever I do giveaways for classes, the site for my academy is academy.silaholics.com. Pretty soon here, it will be 365creativeacademy.com. But as of right now, academy.silaholics.com. Or you can always click on the academy login on the site. So I can't do it because you're going to see my back channel. But if you click right here, Silaholics Academy login, you can click on there and it will take you to the Academy site, and you can create an account over on the Academy site. So if I ever do a giveaway, you're eligible. So Nadine, email me. Miss Deidre, once you place an order for something, just so we can make sure it's the right address and all of that. So either add additional paper, or also let us know which printer you have, so we know if we're going to send you an 8.5 by 14 paper or an 11 by 17 paper, because it's one or the other. And you order something, and when you place that order, put it in the notes that you want it, and we'll add it to your next order. So you don't have to take advantage of it right now. Whenever you need to order, just put it on there and we'll add it to your order. Well, it won't go out till Monday. We are closed for the weekend. So if you order now, it will go out on Monday. So don't order unless you want an additional paper, ink, and tape. But if you just order something, and then we'll put it in with your next order. But you can use that anytime. But for 90 days. After 90 days, it is void, because I'm not going to try and remember that you won something. Yes, Pa. Who did it to you? Open door. Why? What happened? You got pee-pee? Go pee. Dad did what? Want me to bust him up? Huh? Huh? In the chair. What? Want me to bust Daddy up? Okay, I'll bust him up, okay? Okay. Go tell Daddy Mommy said no. No, don't tell me. Go tell Daddy. What are you doing? Oh, getting your toy? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go get these tumblers. My sister-in-law is in town, as well as my niece, who's married to my nephew. And my sister-in-law just graduated with her master's in business administration. So I'm going to make her, so the tumblers I'm going to do to show the different methods. I'm going to make her one. I'm just going to make a general one for my niece. And I gave my mother-in-law a mug, but what you can never do is bring somebody a gift while they're at my mother-in-law's house and not give her a gift. So I have to make one for my mother-in-law as well. So I'm going to make 3 different tumblers. I put 3 different tumblers in I should probably make one for my nephew too. But I guess I can always cure 3 more. But I'm just going to go and pick a pre-made design. I'm not going to custom design anything. I'm just going to print them out. I'll probably put their name on it as far as like customizing it. And then I'll show you guys 3 different ways, because I think I have to do it now, because I'm not mistaken. I think Even said he's going there at like 4:30 to his parents' house. So I'm going to go set all that up, and then I'll be back to do that live. I was going to do it later, but then he said he's going over there, I think like 4:30, maybe 5 o'clock. So I want to set those up, and I'll show you the different ways. We're going to time the different ways of doing it and go from there. All right. So be sure to come on back. I will be on the Honestly Speaking YouTube channel, because I'm not really showing. I'm going to design in Silhouette, but I'm not showing anything from Silhouette. So it's going to be on the Honestly Speaking YouTube channel and on my TikTok. So join me on one of those 2 places. Give me about like 20 minutes or so. You'll see it pop up. If not, just go back to Honestly Speaking's YouTube or Shakeya the Professor 365 on TikTok. And I'm going to set those up and then do them 3 different ways, as far as like which one. Like I'm going to use, I don't ever use shrink wrap. I'm going to use some shrink wrap. I don't have a tumbler press, so I can't show that method. But this is like if you're using an oven and, with using the heat tape, because some people say, oh, that's a lot of tape. That's a weight that's, still the same, just like the other one. And so I'm going to do one with that. And then I'm going to do one with, which I don't really want to do, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to take masking tape and no, I'm not. I forgot I have to put it in my oven. I'm not putting masking tape in my oven. So what I will do is take my heat tape and do it as if I'm using masking tape, like a thinner masking tape, and go around it like several times like you would with masking tape. But I'm not going to use masking because I'm putting it in my oven and that's not meant to be heated. So it'll be the same technique, just with heat tape. So be sure to come on back. Honestly Speaking's YouTube channel. Tell a friend. Once you see the thumbnail comes up, share it out even before it starts, or join me over on TikTok. All right. So until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.